Hey YouTubers, I've been working with acrylic paints. I have been working on the Logan Awake kit. I have already got his base coat on, his veins, his mottling, and now I am working on his flesh paint. Just so you can see the difference between, this is the one I'm working on, and this is a blank kit right here, an unpainted kit. So yeah, you can see a little difference. Hopefully the camera's showing you that. There are pros and cons when it comes to acrylics, but you know what? There are pros and cons when it comes to Genesis heat set paints. Here's the leg. Just so you can see, this is the unpainted kit. This is the one I'm working on right over here. One thing about acrylics is I find that it doesn't chalk up as easily. It doesn't chalk up at all, actually, like Genesis heat set paints does. It doesn't clutter in the creases where you have to. Genesis has a tendency to clutter in the creases at times, and it's a lot of work to make sure that it doesn't dry in the creases all cluttered. You don't get that with acrylics. The one negative thing about acrylics is, unlike Genesis heat set paints, the longer it sets on the side, any paint on the side becomes kind of gummy. So I don't like that. I'm always having to work and make sure it doesn't get into the paint. I do like the fact I don't have to wear gloves because I'm allergic to thinners, but I'm using water, so I don't have that problem. I use this to make sure the paint sticks to the vinyl. I know one artist said that she doesn't use it. She just uses the water in the paint. I'm a little bit leery on trying that. I did do it with the creases, though, and it seemed to work fine with the creases. But yeah. See, something else about acrylics. You don't get the chalkiness like you do with Genesis heat set paints. I do like that. What I am putting with the flesh paint, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it almost looks like a baby skin right here. I mixed the folk art flesh paint. I do not like the color of the folk art flesh paint. It's a little bit too pale for my liking. I don't know if you can see that. So what I done was I had mixed up it's almost a periwinkle purple type color. I don't know if you can see it right there. And I mixed it in a little bit with my flesh paint, and it gave it that baby skin that you would see in Genesis heat set paints, and I like that. I used the aqua blue, I don't know if you can see that, for the veins, and I didn't have to mix anything with it. It worked just fine. I did like that. With this, you have to keep adding water, because if you don't, it will dry up. You have to work fast, because if you don't work fast, what happens is it'll start to dry on you. I do like the fact that it dries quickly. I keep a bowl of water over here, actually a little mason jar, to keep my brushes, and this is what I use to stir my paints or to get paint out. I do that with Genesis as well. I like it better than using a brush. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you. I'm waiting right now for a couple of people to get onto YouTube. They're making a video tonight, and we'll go from there. But hope everybody's having a good night, and I'm going to continue to work on this doll a little bit. I work a full-time job, and so it's kind of hard to find time to paint. So I am trying to paint through the week. I've got plans for this weekend, so I don't get to paint this weekend. And let me see, at the moment I'm working on this one because I want to see how acrylics takes to it, and I'll know more when after I seal it and see how well the sealing takes on it. I'll be using the Genesis matte varnish for the sealer. So that'll be the only time I use the oven. And I like that because it seems like it seems like it's a quicker process than using the Genesis Heat Set paints. I have right now, I have 2 more in the making that I'll be getting ready to paint. I'm sorry. Actually, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. And also my Halloween doll, which makes 6. And I think I've actually bought another kit of that. So it's 7 kits I have to work on after this one that I want to get done and completed. Some of them I will be rooting. Some of y'all might remember that a lady had wanted the Avery kit. She did not want to pay shipping, so she backed out. I had told her from the get-go that it was $400 plus shipping. She said she understood, and she was waiting for me to find out the shipping price. When I found out the shipping price, she backed out. Wanted me to give her free shipping, and that just wasn't going to happen. So yeah, so I'll be putting him I'll probably be putting him up for sale. I didn't have him for sale to start with. She had asked me if I had a boy doll, and I told her yeah, but he wasn't for sale yet. And she had me to increase his weight to 7 pounds, which is too much for that doll, because what happens when you take a 20-inch doll and make it 7 pounds is the body is mainly glass beads with very little stuffing. So I will be taking him down to probably 3.5 to 4.5 pounds, depending on how well I like how he feels. So I'll be doing that soon, and then I'll put him up for sale and go from there. But everybody, hope everybody has a good night. Bye.